Fox 61 News at 5 starts now.
More reaction tonight on the Supreme Court's decision to overturn Roe v. Wade. We're hearing from local lawmakers on the impact it could have on election season.
And we're working to learn more about the man who was injured while being transported in New Haven police custody. Still ahead, what the city's Board of Elders is now saying about the incident.
And Connecticut seeing an increase in minimum wage starting Friday. Now at 5, how this will help employees and employers.
Plus, a warning tonight about cannabis products referred to as cannabis copycats. We'll show you which products the Attorney General is saying need to be taken off shelves immediately.
Good evening and thanks for joining us at 5. I'm Brent Hartman.
And I'm Sarah Sanchez. Tonight we start with a look of the weather.
Yeah, we had a hot and humid weekend and kind of a tropical rainy day today. We are all looking forward to a little relief from the humidity.
Yes, we are. Chief Meteorologist Rachel Frank joining us now with a look at that forecast. Hi, Rachel.
Hi. Tropical downpours to go along with the tropical humidity, but that's going to be gone as we head towards and after the news at 10 and 11. A front will be coming through. It's what's bringing the rain right now. And tomorrow, I think, is comfortably warm, low humidity. And if this weekend was too hot for you, I think you're going to be a real fan of what's in store for tomorrow. But first, we are drying out west of I-91. Still wet, though, in eastern areas, and it'll take another 2 or 3 hours to get it out of here, especially for parts of New London County. It's still raining right now in New Haven and West Haven. We have some heavier downpours around the East Haven, Haddam, and Lyme. But this is probably the heaviest rain here in northern New London County, from Sprague and Basra up through Plainfield and Canterbury. And as we continue our tour up 395, Putnam actually just seeing a rumble of thunder about 10 minutes ago or so. But the Hartford area, we are done with the rain at this point. So again, this is going to be for eastern areas, and it'll slowly continue to dry out. So notice as we head towards, let's say, 5:30, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, it's still raining for Wyndham, still raining for New London, but you're now dry for the New Haven area, and give it until 8 or 9 o'clock and we'll get that rain out of here, maybe just a stray leftover sprinkle for southeastern Connecticut, and then the humidity will start to drop. By the time you wake up tomorrow morning, we'll clear out. We're talking about partly cloudy skies, overnight lows nice and comfy, dropping back into the 50s, the humidity plunging as well, and tomorrow looks really nice with lots of sunshine, temperatures beginning around 60, climbing into the mid 70s at lunchtime with high temperatures around 80 degrees both inland and at the Connecticut shoreline. So a really beautiful day. Again, a nice kind of spin off this weekend, but we'll shave about 10 degrees off the high temperature for you. We do start to dial up the heat, though, as the week progresses. Slow at first and then a bit faster. We'll show you what we mean. Full forecast coming up.
All right, Rachel, thank you. The Supreme Court's recent decision to overturn Roe v. Wade isn't just a moral one. As we head into campaign season, it will also become a political one.
Fox 61's Matt Caron talks to candidates for governor and Senate about where they stand on the hot button issue. Matt.
Yeah, that's right, guys. Democrats certainly seem poised to galvanize some of the anger that's out there into votes at the ballot box. Meanwhile, Republicans are hoping to flip the script back to some more local issues. And while it is true that abortion rights are codified into state law here in Connecticut, some worry that that won't be enough if Congress decides to act.
This is not a political choice. It's your choice.
But Democrats are making it a political issue.
Where we go from here is to the ballot box.
But for Senator Blumenthal, who says he would consider supporting structural changes to the Supreme Court, his Republican opponent is also unapologetically pro-choice.
This issue is not about being pro-abortion. This is about being pro-choice, right? I'm not saying it would be a decision I could make for myself, but I know that I can't make that decision for other women.
And Claridis says she would never support a national ban on abortion.
I'll never let anybody bully me into something that I believe is not right. I have to represent the state of Connecticut.
At the state level, abortion rights are codified into statute.
I can guarantee you it's going to stay the law of the state of Connecticut right here. That's something you can count upon.
Lamont's Republican opponent, Bob Stefanowski, said he also supports a woman's right to choose.
I think Connecticut's law is appropriate with respect to that, and I'll continue to enforce it.
But he also said he supports a ban on late-term abortion, mandatory parental notification for women under 16 seeking an abortion. And he wouldn't say whether he would have signed Connecticut's recently passed law that offers safe harbor to those from out of state for seeking or performing abortions.
Hypothetical questions, there were a lot of bills that were passed. I wasn't in the seat. What I will tell you is it's law now, and I'll enforce it.
And Democrats told me that they worry that the Supreme Court's decision to overturn Roe is a catalyst to overturning further established law, such as gay rights and the rights to contraceptives. Meanwhile, Republicans tell me that we need to start focusing on things that matter here now to local people, including the price of gas, supply chain issues, and out-of-control inflation. We're live outside the state capitol in Hartford. Matt Caron, Fox 61 News.
All right, Matt, thank you. And happening right now in Hartford, a group gathering outside City Hall. Rallies continuing since Friday when the U.S. Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade. This is a live look as a group of advocates gather to rally for abortion access. They say they are raising awareness of who will be impacted by the Supreme Court's decision. Now, protests are held across the country in response to the Supreme Court overturning Roe, ultimately leaving states to decide if women have the right to an abortion. But what does all of this mean here in Connecticut?
Yeah, Connecticut joins a handful of states now being called safe haven states. Fox 61's Lindsay Kane has more.
We at the Women's Centers are outraged. We are heartbroken. We are very afraid.
People of faith, Catholic faiths, and others are rejoicing with this decision.
Well, the reaction is polarized on the Supreme Court's decision to overturn Roe v. Wade. So are the implications for each state.
We are very concerned about the massive public health crisis that will face this country as a result of illegal abortion.
It's not over. It's where it should be. It should be closest to the people with their elected representatives.
As abortion bans take effect in other states, Connecticut is being seen as a safe haven with a long history of protecting abortion. Just last month, Governor Ned Lamont signed a reproductive rights bill into law, which legally gives women safe access to abortion in the state, protecting those who travel here for abortions and those who perform procedures. For the women's centers, including the center in Hartford, the state's protections come with a sigh of relief, but also new plans to care for women possibly seeking medical care from other parts of the country.
Currently recruiting new staff to help with what we expect to be a surge of patients from around the country because we're able and willing to see those people.
For the Connecticut Catholic Conference, the court's ruling is a step in the right direction, but the state's abortion protections are another hurdle.
We're not popping champagne corks or anything. It's a solemn moment for the millions of lost lives over the last 50 years since abortion became the law of the land.
People on both sides of the issue have one thing in common. They're looking ahead towards the elections in November and say they're working with legislators inside the Capitol to make their voices heard.
You know, we have an election coming up. We're going to be working with legislators and lawmakers, whether they're Republican or Democrat, who share our life agenda.
Even here in Connecticut, we need to be very vigilant about our rights and not take anything for granted.
In Hartford, Lindsay Kane, Fox 61 News.
The Supreme Court itself moving on from the Roe decision, handing down another ruling today. Justices siding with a high school football coach from Washington State who sought to kneel and pray on the field after games. It's a decision that could strengthen the acceptability of some religious practices in other public school settings. The court ruled 6-3 with the court's conservative justices saying the coach's prayer was protected by the First Amendment.
I really don't know what to say. I just can't stop smiling. And you know, thank God and thank everybody that supported me, and I found out that I'm not insane.
Now, the decision is the latest in a line of Supreme Court rulings for religious plaintiffs. The court ruled this month that the state of Maine can't exclude religious schools from a program that offers tuition aid for private education.
West Haven High School is evacuated after a suspicious bag is reported inside the school's main building. Police say students and faculty were kept in safe locations while officers inspected the building. They did not find anything, and students were dismissed once they were given the all clear.
Attorney General William Tong joining a coalition of attorneys general urging Congress to protect children from cannabis copycat products. Ben Goldman joining us now in the studio with more information. Ben, what's a cannabis copycat product?
That's the question, right? These THC products are designed to look like popular snacks. Attorney General Tong says that they're contributing to increased accidental THC consumption in children. Under our state's law, cannabis products may not be sold under a brand name identical or similar to the name of an existing non-cannabis product. In a statement, Tong says while responsible adults may be able to check serving sizes and consume these products without harm, a child who accidentally eats the whole package could become very sick. According to the FDA, 77% of substance exposure cases involving edible THC products in the past year involved patients 19 years or younger. Guys, back to you.
All right, Ben, thank you. Well, one person is dead after a crash in Wallingford overnight. Police say a car crashed into another vehicle on I-91 southbound near exit 13, then spun out of control before hitting the metal cable barrier. The driver of that car was pronounced dead on scene. Police say they are still working to identify the driver of the vehicle that was hit and any passengers who may have been involved. Anyone who might have witnessed this crash is asked to contact police.
The search for a missing swimmer in Candlewood Lake has been suspended until tomorrow. Deep says it had to be called off today because of the rain. A 20-year-old man went missing Friday night while swimming near Green Island. This is also known as Chicken Rock. Deep is asking people to stay away from the scene as that search continues.